Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
Is it
welcome.
recording?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
welcome, Ms. Stewart, to my post-observation conference.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How you doing?
Okay, and yourself?
Oh, fine.
Except for
doing
my
good.
voice, but I'm okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and the last time I observed your class, I've seen a lot of good things in your class. I've seen that you have a strong uh, classroom management, and you were able to go around, maintain order in your classroom, and the students were well behaved in your class. And I also saw that you did prepare for this particular lesson, and the tips, you have a good understanding of the tips, and then you are very active monitoring the student, which is a good plus. And you also integrated technology. That's a good improvement. And I really enjoy your class, but there are certain few things that we need to work on. Yeah, few things also. So we're going to discuss this as we proceed. So now, let's go straight to what is your impression about the lesson?
The lesson was focused on, or this particular lesson was solving for quadratic equations. So the focus was integrating the technology and how to use the technology for solving quadratic equations.
Okay, all right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, one being the worst lesson you have taught, and 10 being the best lesson you have taught, how will you rank this lesson?
I would actually rank this lesson high, like an 8 or a 9, because not only did we use the technology, which was the Desmos graphing calculator, but I was also able to use the DIXL, monitoring what the students were doing, and then afterwards, for their lesson, creating a leaderboard, and that actively engaged the students so that they were, it was more of a competition. They put it as a competition on getting the correct answer.
Okay, you were able to integrate technology. So that leads to the second question. So you're trying to explain to the second question. What are you so pleased about the lesson? What made you pleased about the lesson?
What?
What pleased you about the lesson? What are you happy about?
Oh, I'm happy that they were more engaged.
Okay.
And that they also were participating in the lesson as well. And so, and then I displayed it on the smart board where they were able to see what the other students were doing and how they were faring.
Use of smart board, right?
Yes, use of smart board. Okay. So it was all technology centered.
Okay. Oh, right. So, what will you have to change to move the lesson closer to a 10? Because you said about 8, right? Yeah. What will you have to change to move it closer to a 10?
Those that differentiating the lesson for those that probably did not understand or comprehend the steps, because what I encourage is for them to show their work, show how they got their work, show the steps that they took. So for that particular lesson, incorporating that, there was not a lot of students that were showing their work or the process that they took.
So you're gonna encourage students, motivate students to show their work, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. To show their work. So how will you do that? How will you encourage them to show their work?
So one way I was doing it is, what I've started is once they come in, to make sure they get the additional paper folded in eighths
Okay.
and number them so that they are able to show their work. Although we're using the technology, but we're making sure that they understand the success criteria and what it takes to obtain that answer.
Okay. So you're gonna make sure that they actually understood the success criteria.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the lesson. Okay. You have to make them understand success criteria.
Yes.
Okay. By demonstration, right? You're gonna demonstrate success criteria to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. How? Okay. Now, what will your student be doing differently if your class was a 10? Assuming your class, the lesson was a 10. What do you think the student will be doing differently?
I believe that they will be focused on how the success criteria and understanding that and knowing that process, as well as I had them also in a group setting where they are also assisting and talking with turn and talk sort of technique, but it would be I had them in 3 or 4 groups.
Okay. So if let me reframe again. If the lesson was to be a 10, it means you have a perfect lesson to the extent that everybody was engaged, the class was, they understood the lesson completely. What kind of extension or what kind of enrichment will you provide to the student, which will take them to the next level? What extra thing will you assign them to do, like a project or something advanced, something that will involve critical thinking or something that will move them to a step ahead, above?
And so then it will become, what I say, incorporating more real world scenarios on how they can use those success criteria in their everyday life. Because right now, getting them to understand, although it's a quadratic equation of throwing balls, and I incorporate that when you throw balls or when so relating it to those real world situations.
All right, good. Now, tell me more about what you'll be looking at. Tell me more what that will look like. How is it going to look like when somebody comes to the class to observe? How will it look like when students understood the lesson was moving smoothly, perfectly? How will the class look like?
Actually, for me, the class will look like the first few minutes, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so, going through the steps, the success criteria. And then from there, after we've done, after I've modeled it, then, and we work some problems together, then I will allow them to do their independent practice, either through a group setting or with the real world word problem.
Okay. So let me reframe the question again. So if students are doing very well, they are engaged, they are doing what they understood the lesson properly, and if somebody comes to the classroom, what will he see the student doing? Is he going to be student-centered, going back and forth with each other, analyzing stuff? What level will he see? What level of engagement would you see students? Do you expect?
If you come in, you will see students working together. Working together, engaged in problems.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm answering that correctly.
Okay, so it means
So when you see different groups
okay
working together,
together. Okay.
and then I will be more of a facilitator, monitoring
Okay.
what each group is doing on their particular
Okay.
assignment or assignments.
So it will be student centered and you'll be facilitating, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that will also allow me to pull out those that need a small group
Okay. Allow you.
instruction.
Okay. To allow you to pull out students who need stuff and who need small group instruction.
Yeah, small
right?
group instruction, additional instruction.
Okay. Now, how could you measure that change? How could you measure that change?
Yeah, I will be able to measure that change in a demonstration of learning or DOL for the
Okay.
students to do
Okay.
in a individual
Okay.
setting or understanding, yeah, with a DOL. Or and that DOL doesn't necessarily have to be it could be a project. It doesn't
So
necessarily
DOL, what is DOL?
demonstration of learning.
Learning. Okay. So you give them some assigned problems at the end to make sure that what will be your expectation? What do you expect students to get in the DOL? Do you expect them? What should be the expectation?
The expectation should be
What percentage do
what
you
percent?
expect?
I target 80%.
Okay, you look at the DOL and students doing well in DOL.
DOL, 1 or 2 problems or
With an expectation.
up to 5 problems and
Okay, with an expectation of about maybe close to 100%, right?
close to 100%.
Okay.
At least 80%.
Okay.
At
least.
I don't allow them to do 70%. I say at least 80%.
At least 80%.
Yes.
Okay. How could do you want that to be your goal? Do you want that to be your goal? Do you want that to be your goal?
Which my strategy
No.
or my
When the students are able to reach the lesson reach to the level of 10. The level of 10
Yes,
we
that's the
describe the level as the best.
yes.
That's the goal, right?
Yes,
Do
that's
you
the
want that to be your goal? Do you want that to be your goal? That's the question.
Yes, I would like that to be my goal as in my lesson and class engagement and understanding.
Okay. Okay, if you could hit that goal, what would really matter to you? If you could hit that goal.
If I could hit,
Yeah.
the bottom line is that the students comprehend and understand the process
Okay.
of that problem solving for solving quadratic equations.
Okay.
And they are able to use it in their everyday life.
Okay. Enjoy that students have deep understanding of the lesson, right?
Yes.
Deep understanding of the lesson. That will be a satisfaction, right?
Yes.
Deep understanding of the lesson. Okay.
And knowing that process can be used in the real world.
Okay. That student can apply. That student can apply knowledge to real world life situation. The knowledge they acquire to real world situation. Real life situation. Okay. All right. Now, the next question is: if you, what teaching strategy can you use to hit that goal? What teaching strategy can you use to hit that goal?
The teachers,
The teaching strategy can you use to reach that goal?
when you're saying the teaching strategy,
Yeah, that you can use to hit that goal.
are you meaning like facilitation, or are you meaning student driven, or
Yeah, how are you gonna facilitate the teaching and the learning process so that students will be able to be student centered, so that they will learn at a higher level, deep understanding of the lesson.
and
That will be you said that will be your expectation, right?
Yes.
To reach that goal. So
yes.
what strategy are you gonna put in place, or what are the few things or one or two things that you think when I do this is gonna enhance or is gonna promote my student to reach that goal?
Type of, you talking about the teaching strategies?
Yeah, teaching strategies that you're gonna use.
I have to come back to that.
Yeah, because before you were talking about integrating technology and stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah. What strategy do you, if you think that is a good strategy, you can think of reinforcing that strategy and doing other things so that students will be able to have interest in what they are doing.
So one way is, what comes to me, one way is understanding it is by having.
So for instance, in the process of designing your lesson, so this will always you have to reflect upon what are the things that if I should do during designing my lesson, during my lesson planning, right? What activities will motivate my student to be engaged, to be critical thinkers? These are the issues that I want you to reflect upon.
Okay. Then developing those, I have to say the real world, obtaining real world solutions where the problems where they're, I don't know. Because when I'm thinking of strategies, the way that I would go about it is creating the lesson where it's me facilitating initially, and then from there, facilitating initially, going over it, showing them, demonstrating, and then allowing them enough time to do the problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there may be some that need additional assistance, so then showing them the different different videos or different instructions.
Okay. Now we have to agree on the goal. For the purpose of this is an instructional coach in order to help you in order to improve on certain areas. So what do you think would be the goal of a professional development? I want you to reflect on that. What do you think should be the goal for a professional development? What area do you think you want to learn more, know more about, so that you're looking at going for a professional development in those areas of teaching?
Probably the teaching strategies concept, teaching strategies.
Okay, so teaching strategies. Teaching strategies.
Because I'm drawing a blank on that.
Strategies to
and engage.
Student engagement for student strategies for student engagement. And you're talking about you have some students who are struggling, right?
Yeah.
Do you consider improving your skills on differentiation of instruction? Could that also be part of a professional development area that you anticipate?
More or less the English learners.
Okay.
English language learners.
Okay.
ELL.
Okay, ELL. You have ELL students?
Yes.
So you need how to
the best way to engage
Okay.
those students.
Those students. Okay.
The students that are struggling with
Okay.
English.
So you differentiate instruction in order to help the ELL.
Yeah.
ELL student. ELL student. Okay. Okay. Now, overall, the aim with I'm trying to come out with we're trying to come out with a goal. So what do you think should be the goal for a professional development? What do you think should be the goal? The goal.
What do I think should be the
The goal
goal?
for professional development.
For, is it the professional development for
Yes.
just me? Or-
Just for you. So I think if I understood you clearly, you want professional development on teaching strategies, right? Teaching strategy that will allow you to engage your students and then also differentiate instruction with your LLL.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and so what is the goal? ELL student.
ELL student. Okay. So I think that is a good point.
So that's also the goal.
Yes, that's the goal. Okay. Do you have any comment, question, any concern, anything that you need?
No,
Okay.
no comments.
Okay. So let me find out if I should schedule professional if we should schedule a professional development, what would be the convenient time for you for your schedule? Convenient time. Do you want professional development after school, or you want professional development during the school hour, during your planning period, or you want professional development on weekends? What will you prefer your schedule to be for professional development?
I would prefer if we could do it during PLC or the
Okay.
planning period.
Okay.
That's the most preferred.
PD during DLC.
There are some professional development,
Okay. School hours.
independent professional development is after
Okay.
the school hours.
Okay, that will be maybe online.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's online. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay. Now I think we've spent quite a time, and I would like to close this conference by saying that thank you so much for what you do. You are really supportive. I see how much energy you put in what you do. You care for your student, obviously, and then I'll say that I observe that you have a dedication. You're dedicated. You are a professional, and you have the content knowledge. Positive. You have a positive relationship with your student. I saw that your students have been calling you by names, and then providing encouragement climate in your class. You encourage your student to try, even though I know it was hard. Some of the students were struggling. You're trying to motivate them, and then cultivate student education. My experience can be asset to your professional development. I'm prepared to empower your success. So wherever you need any question, anything you need for help, any resources you need for your classroom, let me know so that I'll find a way of helping you and supporting you. Yeah. So thank you so
Thank you.
much. And then I think we're gonna end here. And do you have anything else to say?
No, I just thought about the manipulatives.
Yeah, the
Sometimes
manipulative,
use
right?
manipulatives also
Okay.
helps out. I forgot about that, but I appreciate it, everything.
Okay. And then I think with regards to the manipulative algebra to your subject, you might need certain manipulative to help them on equations, right? The ties and the rest. So if you need anything, please let me know, and,
Okay.
and I'll be able to help. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.